Hello everybody and welcome back to another Mr. Brick Day review. And now today we're going to be reviewing the LEGO The Temple Bounty. This set is set number 71848 and it retails for £179.99 or $199.99 US. Now this piece count is 2,387 pieces and it took me around 3 to 4 hours to build. That's actually not too bad for this set. I was a little bit surprised that I took that little time to build it. As you saw there, I just showed off the minifigs, which you get 6 of them in this set, which is absolutely awesome. Open up the box, seeing the bags. Decent number of bags. Expected a little less again, to be honest, but it is what it is. 17 bags in total, sorry. This is a little package that holds the sails, and of course we've got this little booklet here, this little sleeve here that holds the instructions, and of course the stickers in this set. I'll show you the sticker sheet here. Right now it's not that many stickers at all, it's really not too bad at all, and yeah, the booklet's massive instruction manual. But yeah, genuinely a massive fan of this set. Really enjoyed building it, and yeah, we're gonna get straight into the review. And as we all know, there's only one place you start on a review, especially at this kind of size. Okay, so in this set we get 6 minifigs in total. This is one of the minifigs here. It is Wildfire. She's a pretty awesome looking minifig. She comes with a weapon, of course, and she also has I believe changeable. Oh no, she doesn't have a changeable head. Why did I think she had a changeable head? Very strange. But it's a very cool minifig overall. And yeah, definitely a cool one to be added to this collection. Nice detailing on the trousers and the legs and the torso, and really nice face print too. And I'm a big fan of this hairpiece as well. It's actually a really awesome hairpiece. So yeah, really cool minifig. Next we have the villain of the set. His name is Zarked. I think it's Zarked, pronounced Zarked. I don't actually know if it's pronounced that, but this is a really cool minifig as well. I really love his headpiece that he's got on his head. Well, obviously he's got a headpiece on his head. Love the chain locks too. I mean, as you guys know, I'm not a massive Ninjago watcher, so I don't know exactly much about the lore of these characters or what this character has done, but I just know he's a villain from the show. I love the detailing of it looks like a sort of corrupted tree going up his body with the chains and stuff. And of course this one actually does come with an interchangeable head here too, but you don't really see much of the head properly because obviously you've got a cool mask that covers up majority of his face on, but still overall very cool minifig. And this is his weapon as well, which is really cool. Nice little dagger thing. I was meant to show him Wildfire. She comes with the golden katana, but you know, most ninjas do come with that golden katana anyway, so it's not really much new about that. But there's a couple minifigs like this guy who come with unique weapons, which I will talk about when I get to them. Okay, so now we get into the minifigs that I think are actually probably the coolest ones. This one is Nia, or I'm not too sure 100% sure how to pronounce her name, but I just know that she's a very cool looking minifig. I love the leg printing, the torso printing is really cool. I love the ninja piece with the cool dragon on the shoulder. That is really cool. She's got her, you know, because of the dragon thing, she comes with the katana sheaths, which of course they just, you know, slide in and out, which is really cool. Really like that. It's a very nice cool little thing. She also of course has a changeable head, but we're going to quickly remove her head here quickly just to show off the back torso, which I love as well. Really cool printing. And of course, as you can see, she's got the happier face and of course the more mean angry face. So yeah, overall she's a really cool minifig as well. And I'm a big fan of the ninjas in this set. She's a really cool one as well. Here we have Zane, looking absolutely awesome. I love the leg printing and the torso printing on this minifig. I love the little dragon on the shoulder as well. Really nice. I love this ninja piece in general. Of course, you've got the swords in the back and also a little bit of head printing on the back of his head. No alternate face, of course, because he has that hair piece there. Of course, as you can see, we've also got some pretty awesome back torso printing as well with the little layers in the back, which is really cool.
Next up, we have Cole, and in this one, it shows on the packaging that this sword is held by Cole. It is a cool looking sword, but it has got like a little sort of detail that it does with the sword. There's a reason why the sword is included. It's including quite a lot of sets, but I'll show you that when we actually get to the review of the set. As you can see, you've got his swords on there again too, and you've also got his lovely torso and leg printing, which I think is so awesome. And again, I love the ninja look of these characters here. Here he is without all the armor and back stuff on, and you can see a very nice little view of the back torso print too, which again is just as nice and just as cool looking as the other ones for the other characters. And I will just quickly show this as well because I didn't get to properly, but you can see he has got, this is what the face was under the thing as well, so he has the alternate face too, which is really awesome. Again, this is a really nice minifig, and I do like it a lot. Last and most certainly not least is of course Rogue, or as I usually know him as, Jay. This is an awesome minifig. It's actually my favorite minifig. I love, the hat piece. I love the torso print, the leg print, the back torso print is really cool too, which of course I'll show you in a minute here. I love the little sort of sword sheath he's got. It's just a double one like that, which is awesome, and it's not got any like extra stuff because he is Rogue. I love these pieces. I think they've been used for quite a while now, but I love these little hilt pieces. They are so cool, and yeah, the lightning sword is just really awesome as well. And I just thought I'd show you what his face looks like underneath the mask, and also that really awesome back torso printing that he's got as well. So awesome. Okay, so now we can actually get onto the main build itself, the Temple Bounty Boat. Now this thing is absolutely awesome, and I can't wait to jump into details with it. The first thing I wanted to talk about though is as you can see, it comes with a lovely stand here which you can move the boat off of and on. So we'll just very quickly show the stand up closer for you to see. It's just a very basic stand. It's very cool looking. I like the way, these little pieces on here, you can chuck them on. It just looks really cool, really slick way it's built. And yeah, it just holds it up nicely. You get a couple different points on the bottom of the boat where you can slot these two bits in. So it's very easy to pop it on and pop it off the stand. So, you don't have to have the stand. It just sit flat like that if you don't have the stand. But I like displaying it with the stand because it makes it look like it's more sort of flying off in motion. So yeah, pretty awesome. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about with this set, I'm going to start off with a big wide angle and just say that these awesome, not flag, sails are so awesome. They made it of a nice little new fabric, which I think is new to the new sort of as new material they're using. I think the signs are the sails are so awesome. Of course, it does say at the bottom here these little words here, Temple Bounty, and it's the same thing, temple, because this is a temple sort of set. I love this dragon piece here with all the dragon scales along it. Really nice printing details all over the sails, including the one at the bottom there, which is super nice. Really big fan of that. So I'm just going to kind of take you along the boat here and showing off all the different details. You have a plate here, a sticker down the bottom here, which as you can see says Temple Bounty on it, which is really cool. We have the let's move you guys along here real quick. We have this is the front part of the boat, which I think is a really nice part of the boat here. These little bits these actually translate in jargon to TB, which obviously stands for Temple Bounty. I really like the front part of this boat here. There's quite a few different bits of studs, so you can actually place down certain minifigs if you really want to. You can have people standing up the front of the boat and stuff. As you can see, minifig scale is actually quite a lot of room there for posing the minifigs. So I think is a really good thing they've done is add plenty of minifig space and minifig posing space on this boat, which I will talk a bit more about, because quite often less is more, and I think this definitely stands with this this particular oh sorry, Firestar, make you bold. This particular set definitely stands on for that. This part of the front here is really awesome too. Is this new? Is a dragon. It's a new dragon piece that comes in this line of Ninjago sets. It does have a brick built jaw, which is kind of cool. It looks nice. I mean, it makes sense for a dragon that's not supposed to be actually a thing, but the dragon is very much present on this boat, as it is with other bounty boats, because obviously this is not the first one. There's been I think this is the 6th one. There's been 5 more before this one. I love the detailing they have for all the roof pieces for the for the little rooms. There is like, I think there's 3 up top interiors, and of course there's the bottom level and the actual main part of the boat, which of course I'll show off in this review as well. Of course, I love the lamps with the little heads, kind of meant to be like a sort of ghosty lamp, which I love. You've got the nice little steering bit for the boat, which is cool. And again, the Temple Bounty sticker, I love that. And this little whoosh piece, which is cool to make it look like it's flying. It's very like, it's a very sort of like haunted look, which I love. And of course you do get these little anchor pieces too, which is really, really cool, and I'm a big fan of those. Okay, moving on throughout the boat. This part is awesome. This is the main decking sort of area, which I think is a really, really nice little spot. As you can see, you can have plenty of space to, you know, actually like display minifigs and stuff, which is really cool. And there's a little lamp there, which is cool. Love these little fire pieces which lead into the building there, which I'll show off. And as you can see throughout the build, the dragon is present. It's a clever way they've built it, but I will say this one thing. I kind of wish it was a full piece, because as you can see, you can actually see where the connection piece is a little bit too prominently, which is, it's not a big deal to me because I'm not going to really look at those little details, but I think it still is something to take into consideration. Like I say, there's plenty of room to, again, pose minifigs and stuff, which I think is really, really awesome. You can just pop, you know, many different minifigs wherever you want in this set, which is so cool. And again, it's a Lego set. You should really be able to, if you get minifigs, you should be able to pose them. Sorry, that lamp's a bit wonky. That should be a bit, oh, that's just completely broken off now. Hang on. That piece should actually be a little bit more like, nope, like, there we go, sorry. Yeah, so this is really cool. And also you can see these little handle bits here, because if you look, you can actually lift these pieces up, which is really cool. And as you can see, with that lifted up, you can actually see into the bottom part of the boat, which is really nice. It gives you sort of indication of how the minifigs actually get into the bottom part of the boat, which I think is a good idea, because I'm a very big fan of having areas that look accessible in universe, in world, to access the interior, because realistically, you know, you shouldn't really be able to, but you should really be able to enter, you know, just as a minifig. But I will show you a proper way you can access the interior after. It's very, very cool. It's very modular, which is actually really awesome as well. As you can see, there's like a little bit here. As you can see, they've got little containers here. This container is pretty cool. It's just got the fish in it, and then there's a container around the other side here, which if I just quickly pop off for you, give me 1 second. I'll show you what the other container has. The other container has a little pretzel piece, a little Lego pretzel piece. I think it's very cool. So there's a very nice little inclusion. It's just that little thing, you know. It just makes it look more lived in, which makes sense, because realistically, you know, this is supposed to be one of their headquarters, so it should really feel lived in if you're, you know, they're going to be staying in it. So yeah, pretty cool. There's a nice little staircase. I love the way that it changes from the dark brown to light brown to the sort of beige color. I really like that. I don't know if that's like a little table, a little, you know, bench to sit on. It's still nice inclusion. Really awesome little interior exit entrance here, which I love so much. And if you look around here, there's a really nice sticker piece here, which is really cool. And as you can see here as well, you actually have little areas sticking out of the wall, which is really cool, because this is actually a little living quarters, which you'll get to see as I progress through, as I get into the interior. There's actually a downstairs. The downstairs area has got a nice little living area, which I'll show you off when we get to that as well. Now, there's a really awesome play feature that is added in this. It's a function, it's a play feature function. It's a really awesome one that's added into this build, which has not been in any of the other bounty ships. And it is literally, as you can see, there's this little piece down here, which if you turn it this way, it closes both wing pieces. As you can see, sometimes it gets a bit stuck, but if you just literally push that piece in and close it like that, it's just really, really cool. So it's nice, and you obviously push it the other way, it opens back up again, which is a really nice function, really cool to show it in flight, or if it's landed, or if it's in the water, you know what I mean? Also, there's more wind pieces at the back here, and if you want, you can literally just take all these wind pieces off. They're all just added to like big clips, so you really don't have to have them if you don't want to have them. The back end of the ship, I will quickly show you now. Right here, you can see it. There's a really cool, there's the actual little knob mechanism, which is cool. Little thrusters, which are more subtle in this one than the other ones. I like that though. A really nice piece here, which it's a sticker piece. I'll just quickly pop it off, just to quickly show you guys. this little piece. I think that's a really nice little 2-dragon piece, which I love. It's very, very nice. Just slots in nicely on there. I love the details for the windows. It was a really nice build. It's just like, literally just like little fence piece type things built on the side, which is really cool. Little swords on the side too, window. And obviously we're gonna talk about the interiors and stuff, but you can see there's like a little telescope thing to look out onto the actual area. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so now, before I get into the interiors and stuff, I will quickly show you that there is a really awesome thing. I'm going to do this because I want to show you the interior sort of individually, but if you see here, you can lift off this roof here, which just very simply lifts off. It just kind of pops off like that, as you can see, comes off. And then you've got this one here as well, which has a roof, which just pops off like that. And if you want to access the interior of the downstairs bit, like the slightly more downstairs bit, you lift that piece off like that very easily. And then you have access to all the interiors on the top of the ship. Another cool thing is obviously they pop off as well, so you can actually take off the individual pieces too, which is quite cool. And as you can see in this one, as you can see, it is just a little sort of navigation device, it looks like, which is really cool. Nice little windows, nice little piece, nice little cool sort of, you know, front bit. And that's the bit that goes on to the front of the ship, just over there. So awesome. And again, just to demonstrate, you literally just slot that very nicely back on like so, which just nicely, you know, makes it look nice, and you know, you can then not have access to the interior, which is cool. The other piece I'm going to show off here is the actual top piece before I show you the interior part there. And this is a really nice little piece. You've got the nice little area, you've got the nice little, you know, steering thing that you use, of course, to, well, steer the ship. More of these TB signs, which are really cool. They're actually printed, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's very cool. Nice little telescope in there. Nice little small room, but it has got a really cool ladder bit, which obviously if you push down like that, it then gives you that ladder, which of course when it gets put on top of the other area, the other bit of the building, it's a nice little area to go down and go up, which I think is really cool again, because again, actually shows that there's, you know, ways to access these areas of these, you know, of the interior. So it's really, really cool. Oh, okay, so this looks more like sort of the navigation area in the building, which I think is really, in the boat, sorry, which I think is really, really cool. As you can see, you've got like a nice little, I think maybe that's like an ink tub. I may be wrong. If that's something you guys know in universe, let me know. You've got a really cool map thing on the front and the bottom here as well, which this is the thing I wanted to show you. If you take the sword, you can hold it over, well, you can't really, there you go, you can kind of see it like that, and it just highlights the red stuff and gets rid of sort of the blue, which I think is a really cool little added bonus and added detail. I'm a massive fan of that. As you can see, you've got like, on this side, you've got the ink, you've got a letter printed, you also have a really cool, I presume this is like another little telescope thing to be added, which I think is really, really nice. A little inclusion, hang on, just trying to get it back in its spot because it was moving. And then of course, on this side here, you've also got the, it's like a little sort of ornament, like a little statue, golden statue. You get quite a few of them. And then obviously in this, lift this up, you get a little secret control room, control panel, which of course blocks the doorway. But again, that gives more access for minifigs, which I'll show you what it looks like with all the minifigs in the set, apart from the villain. In this room, so give me 1 second. So as you can see, that's everybody in there apart from obviously the villain of the set. Now this is pretty cool. As you can see, there's actually quite a lot of space. You can actually fit more minifigs in this space too. It doesn't feel too cramped. It doesn't feel too, like, you know, overcrowded in there. And I think if you added a couple more minifigs in there, it would work. I know I've not added Rogue, sorry. I count Rogue. I should count Rogue as that, but I've just added the sort of ninjas that are in this. Rogue is technically a different thing, but I'm not going to go into the lore because I don't know enough about it. But, and yeah, it's very cool having, you know, this many minifigs. You can have Rogue in there as well. I think if you move these armor pieces and stuff and like the sheaths for your weapons, you'd probably have more space too to fit more minifigs. So yeah, it's really cool to be able to fit every single minifig from the set in here. You don't really get that very often. And of course, you know, you just, to put this back on, you just slide that on like that. And then you take that piece and you just slide that on as well. And that all sits on nice and snug. And then you go, you've got the boat again. Pretty awesome. Now, To access the actual bottom part of the boat, the interior at the bottom here, it's fairly simple. All you have to do is just lift this piece up fully, take it out. That whole piece comes out like that. Then you lift this piece, which can be a bit more of a challenge, I found, because I keep on ripping out the sail when I lift it. There we go. You lift that piece out like that, which is pretty cool. And then, oh, hang on, let's move them out of the way, because they're in the way for the last part. And then you just very carefully take this piece up as well. So there you go. Now you have access to the entirety of the bottom of part of the boat. The entire bottom part of the interior. Okay, so we're going to start off with the living quarters. Now, as you can see, you've got the same pieces in white that you use for the actual roofing, which is really cool. There's obviously act as little hammocks. You've got a little waffle here, which is lovely. And you also have, if I pull this out quickly, hang on, it's going to be a pain. You have the mech build thing, which was in one of the other sets recently. This one's actually missing, so it's cool to have Kai's one in this. So I'm not 100% sure whose beds they're kind of like trying to indicate they are, but they're very cool looking anyway. If you spin it around, you also have the other side, which has got a nice little red lamp and a stickered alarm clock, which is a bit annoying. You can't really see properly what it is. You can kind of see it a little bit. It actually is meant to say 2011, which of course is when Ninjago officially, started. Obviously at the back as well, you can see the mechanism that you use for the I call them wings, technically. They're like wings. It's cool. I don't usually like exposed pieces like this, but it feels like it's quite cool to have this. It's like a little area that you need to work on. It's got a little ladder that leads up to it, so it's nice to have that little sort of area to make it look like, it may need to be maintained and kept in check, which makes sense with this kind of ship. Moving on to the middle section of the boat, we have a lovely little sushi bar, which is really cool. And again, it's one of those ones where it's not actually too bad. You've got plenty of room. It doesn't feel like you're being crammed in. You can have a minifig stand there making the sushi and stuff. You can also have, people, actually, having sushi at that table. So there's two little chair bits there, which is cool too. Really nice details. I'll show them in a second. So you can have a minifig stand there. You've got, a little sushi that's been prepared. You've got the bit that's being prepared. You've got a pan and a knife there. You've got like a cool little bonsai tree and a little thing there too, which is cool. Some ketchup. You've got some pretty cool looking sort of pieces here as well, which I'll bring the boat closer for you to see actually. You've got like a cool little reference there and a cool little game reference with a game controller, which is cool. A little bottle and then maybe some wasabi or something. I'm not 100% sure what exactly you would say those are. I love the doorways, by the way. The doorways are really awesome too. Like they're really nicely built, look really cool. Big fan of those as well. Spin around this way, you've got a little teapot. Nice little sort of starfish thing, some golden cups, and a nice little sort of roller skate, which is kind of cool. And as you can see as well, you've got like another Ninjago reference, which is cool, little photo. I think that's one of the masters. And then you've got Pixel and Zane in that photo frame, which is cool. Really, really nice. Like that a lot. Love the teapot, love the sushi. I'm a big fan of the interior. I will say the one thing I have an issue with is maybe they could have maybe stuck with like the brown or the black. I don't think they needed to keep interchanging it, but at the same time, it's the bottom of a boat. I'm not going to complain too much. Okay. Moving on to the final interior bit, which is really awesome. It's like a little armory area. You've got some shurikens up there at the top. You've got these katanas, which just slide into a piece. You get quite a few spare katanas in this, which is kind of cool. You don't need all of them, but it's kind of cool to have them. More pictures. I like that. Oh, hang on. Why is it not focusing? There we go. Cool. I like that a lot. Nice little picture there. Spin it round. Actually, before I spin it around, you can see there's a nice little dummy thing, which I almost forgot to show you. This little dummy thing here, which is cool. It's a very nice, simple build. For practicing, for training. And of course, on this side, you get another picture of like some mountains, which is cool. And another blade and another katana on there too, which is cool. And I guess it's like a little sort of walkway you can maybe use for a battle and stuff. Oh, I've just broke a piece off. I will say this set is, it's fairly sturdy for what it is. I will say that much. But it is also, if you're playing rough with it, you will definitely break it. So, yeah. So, my overall thoughts on the set. Personally, I think this is a very good bounty boat ship thing from Ninjago. Comes with a nice selection of minifigs, comes with a pretty cool stand, and it has some pretty good interiors as well. So, I think for the price, you're getting a good set here. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in my next review or whatever I decide to do. Thank you and goodbye.